My name is Rachel, and I like making YouTube videos. So Happy New Year, everybody! We did it! We made it through another year, and I just want to thank everyone who's hung out with me for even longer than this past year, who has joined me in this past year. Thank you so much for coming to my tiny little corner of the internet and sharing the things that I enjoy with me. I know I don't have a specific theme other than things I'm into this week. I had intended to do some sort of New Year's, Happy New Year's, end of year video, but I do want to give credit to Midnight Owl because she did inspire me a little bit for this. This is my 2024 year in review, and I am going to link her 2024 year in review video down in the description box below. Go check her out. I'm sure most of you already do follow her, but if you don't, please check her out. She's amazing. All right. So 2024, let's I guess just go. I'm going to start with the positives. I'm going to start at the beginning of 2024 and just touch on the highlights of my year, and then we'll talk about the things that weren't so great in 2024, which there weren't many. Like, I feel like I had a pretty good 2024. So it started out strong with the Gothic Cruise, which I believe was it in February last year? I think it was in February 2024, and I had so much fun. I got to meet Vessel of Blood, Heather, for the first time. She's absolutely amazing. That was like such a great experience. So that was wonderful. And of course, the Gothic Cruise is a 7-day Caribbean cruise. So you also have all the fun parts of a 7-day Caribbean cruise, along with the Gothic part where we got to see live shows from Combi Christ, and I don't remember who else played, but there were several bands that played live, and like I said, I got to meet Vessel of Blood, and that was great. And I got to hang out with my friends who I've known for. I've been going on the Gothic Cruise since 2013, so there's a lot of people I only get to see that one time a year. And then the next big event, shortly after the Gothic Cruise, was Dark Force Fest, and I vended at Dark Force Fest. I believe it was my 3rd or 4th year vending Dark Force in a row. I think it's 3rd year, because the first year I was supposed to, COVID happened, and then of course it got canceled. But yeah, so Dark Force Fest was my next big thing. It was great. It was always my biggest sale day of event of the year, when I make the most money with all these crafts and stuff that I do. So that was an absolutely amazing time. And then after that, only like a month or so after that, in May, Bryant does his weekly beach trip to a mansion down in North Carolina, like the Outer Banks, Nags Head, Kill Devil Hills, that area. I believe we're in Kill Devil Hills. That's always a lot of fun. It's like he gets together like 50 of his friends. They're like a lot of them are convention friends, so they put it together like a mini convention where there's even a schedule, and some people even do like little panels and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun, and we always get this huge mansion right on the beach, and it has like pools and theater rooms and game rooms, and it's just a really amazing time. And then things just snowballed in 2024, because like immediately after that, I moved in with Bryant. I had a house in Richmond. I moved in with Bryant and put my house on the market. And then I accepted an offer on the house the same day it got listed. And then there were some bumps along the way, but we still managed to close on time, despite things coming up that I had no idea were wrong and had to get fixed before we could go to the closing. So I had all that out of the way. And then I closed on the house the beginning of July. And then things were, I'd say, pretty quiet between through the holidays, from July up through the holidays. I don't think we did any huge events, but I did a couple small vending events here and there that were really fun to do. There's a brewery not far from here that has great events that I always do really well at. And then I also vended at the somewhat local goth night. We're in Portsmouth, but it's in, I believe, I want to say Norfolk. I get all these little areas still confused. I'll figure it out eventually. I've only been living here for like 6 months. I say that, but there are things in Richmond, after living there for like 7 years, I have no clue about. But anyway, so I did the local vended at our local nightclub here. I also vended at the black market at the it's a goth club in like here in Norfolk. It's a goth night at a club, but in Richmond they actually have a goth club that is like always goth, fetish, LGBTQ friendly sort of space. And I vended there and had a lot of fun doing that. And I didn't do as many vending events as I really should have. And I really need to do more in the coming year because I just keep making things. And then I don't really do the work part, which is selling them. I just make them and they just pile up. So hopefully in the new year I'll do some more events and you know, actually sell some of the stuff that I've been making. And then of course, you know, went into Halloween. We didn't really do anything big for Halloween. And then Thanksgiving, I went home to my family's for Thanksgiving and he went to his family's for Thanksgiving. And then Christmas, I guess, is where the negative things start, because I continued my annual tradition of getting sick for Christmas. Like the year before I had COVID and couldn't go home for Christmas. And then this year I came down with some sort of respiratory virus that I tested. It wasn't COVID, but it was some sort of respiratory virus. And I couldn't go home for Christmas because obviously I don't want to, you know, make my family sick or anything. Plus I just felt terrible and it's a 4-hour drive. So I still have to go visit my parents, which I'm hoping to do next week, because then Bryant got a little sick after, you know, after I started getting better, he got sick, and again, I don't want to take live germs home to my family. So, but hopefully I'll go home and visit my parents next week, which will be like the first week of the new year. So that was just a recap of all the great things or fun things or notable things that happened to me in 2024. And then I guess the not so great. Really, the only big not so great thing in 2024 was I tried to start a weight loss and health journey, and I just failed. I just failed miserably. Like, it started out strong, as it always does, and I lost a few pounds, and then it was just like I was maintaining, and I didn't want to talk about it unless I actually had some sort of progress. And I was waiting till I got under 180 pounds to do my next update, because I think my last update I was down to like 184 or something like that, from what I think I started at 193 or something like that. And then I just sputtered out and died. I want to blame the real death on Halloween, because I bought 3 bags of candy and we only had one set of trick-or-treaters. So it started with me eating 3 bags of Halloween candy. I just sort of gave up even more after that, because I wasn't doing great before that. I was only maintaining, not losing, because I was just having a hard time sticking with that calorie deficit. And then I just let it go to hell. And I'm back up to 190. I guess for 2025, I don't do New Year's resolutions, because I usually don't stick to them, so I don't bother. So this isn't a New Year's resolution. This is just me trying to start over. We're trying something new for 2025. Okay, this is going to come back to this conversation about my health journey, but let me just go off into this other little tangent. There seems to be this weird pipeline of musician to wrestler. And I have 2 female friends who both were in the goth musician space making music, who've turned to wrestling. One of them is already out there wrestling in the amateur isn't the right word, but the not quite national circuits, you know, not quite up to the WWE or AEW level, but like the underground stuff that happens before you get up there. So I have one that's already doing all of that, and the other who is still in her training phase, because you have to train for like a year or so. I believe, if I was following all that correctly. But anyway, the whole point of that is, so through wrestling friends, through friends that have gone from music to wrestling, I learned about DDPY, which stands for Diamond Dallas Page Diamond Dallas Page Yoga. So he's a wrestler from, I believe, the old WWE, like from the 80s and 90s, I think, or at least the 90s. But he started a exercise yoga program that incorporates physical therapy with yoga, and it's, you know, because, you know, he had a lot of wrestler friends who needed to rehabilitate. But the thing about this program is, no matter what level you're at, and I am so sedentary, like I am in the worst possible shape physically, because like even when I was losing weight, I wasn't doing it with exercise. I wasn't getting healthier that way. I was just cutting calories. And because you can't, I mean, even with the exercise, you still have to watch your diet, because, you know, that whole thing, you can't outrun a bad diet. But anyway, But the point is, with his system, it doesn't matter what level you start at. He even has exercise routines that start you out in bed if you're that far, you know, unhealthy, that you have problems even getting out of bed. So he has, you know, whole routines that are just in bed, and then you can move up to sitting in a chair, and then you can move up to holding a chair. Now, I'm not in any of those categories. I'm not that far out of shape, thank goodness. I'm in terrible shape, don't get me wrong, but I can still do it without the aid. I can still do most of the stuff without the aids of the chair, and I definitely don't need to be in bed. But anyway, the point is, it'll start you at any level, and it'll take you to just about any level. And there was a Christmas sale for you could get a whole year, because it's a subscription with an app, and all the exercise routines are on an app. Believe me, I checked YouTube. There's only 1 or 2 on there just to give you a taste. They have that locked down, which makes sense because they want you to actually buy their program and not just cheat and steal it off the internet. So I did purchase it. It was only like with the special they had going on. Now I also learned, do not buy it from like the Play Store. Do not buy it from the App Store. Buy the app from the online website. It's cheaper because they upcharge because of all the fees that the app stores charge them. So like on the app store, it was $150, but they had a sale on the website that I got it a whole year for only $90. So I thought that was well worth it, less than $10 a month. Like Bryant has a gym membership, but he hardly goes, and I considered joining with him, but I know that I wouldn't go either. But if it's something we can do in the house, we don't have to leave the house, so we don't have the excuse of we not wanting to drive that couple miles down the road. Yeah, and he's doing it with me. That's the other thing. Brian's going to do it with me, so hopefully he'll help keep me accountable, and we'll get into this routine, and we're starting out with the exercise, and we're going to start trying to incorporate. I mean, I've been trying to incorporate healthier eating forever. I'm just really bad at it because I like butter when I cook. Because I do a lot of home cooking. I just like butter and pan-fried things. And so I'm, trying to learn healthier cooking techniques. The DDPY also comes with nutrition plans and a lot of recipes. So I'm trying some of those recipes. But anyway, the point is, so I will be exercising if all goes well, because I'm always good that first month. I always go into it gung-ho, good that first month. And we've been good so far. We've been doing it every day for the past few days, because I used some Christmas money to get it, and I just got it, a few days ago. But we've already been doing it every day, and I'm like actually looking forward to doing it again tonight. So I've tried yoga in the past, and honestly, I hate yoga because it's so slow and boring. But this is great because he keeps it moving. So it's like, and also I've always been bad at following exercise DVDs because I have no coordination. So they're doing all this fancy, well, it's probably not fancy footwork, but to me it looks like fancy footwork. And the next thing I know, I'm just there stepping back and forth confused because I don't know what's going on. So it's nothing like that. These are very easy to follow moves. He has a like the first one that you do, your first routine is actually just teaching you all the foundation moves that are going to be used the most often throughout this program, so that you are ready, prepared for proper form and how to do these foundation moves that'll get you through from beginner all the way up. So far I really like it a lot better than other exercise programs I've tried, like videos and stuff like that. But we'll see how it goes. I'm not going to talk about it that often. I'm going if things go well and I actually stick to it, I'll do like a 3-month review on DDPY yoga. So after I've been doing it for 3 months, I'll do a review on it. So that's my plan of attack for the one thing I really failed in 2024. That was my biggest failure in 2024, losing weight, getting healthier. And I just ended up right back where I started, as is the way, right? Ah, my goodness. But anyway, and other than that, I don't think there was really, well, that and getting sick for Christmas again, which was annoying. I don't think there was really anything, I don't really have anything bad to say about 2024 other than those two things. So 2024, I think, was a pretty good year for me overall. I did lots of fun things. I sold my Richmond house. I moved in with Bryant. Everything's been going swimmingly with that. So yeah, I think 2024 was a good year. I'm a little nervous going into 2025. Also, I'm solidly in my 50s now because in 2024 I turned 51. So I'm now a solid foothold in my 50s. So, you know, I'm not necessarily looking forward to, I've noticed every year as I get older, there's more physical changes, but I'm hoping actually starting this exercise program and the type that it is will help me with that, with, you know, keep me limber and hopefully give me some strength and stuff like that. So, but yeah, no, 2024 was, I can't complain about 2024. Fingers crossed for 2025. I'm sure at some point this year I'm going to have to, you know, finally find a new job. I'm not sure what I want to do yet. I haven't really put a lot of thought into it, but you know, I'm living off of savings again. Because I sold the house, so suddenly I had more savings again. So, and I know that's not good. I need to go back to work. But we'll see what happens in 2025. But yeah, let me know how your year has been. Was 2024 kind to you, or was it terrible? I have a lot of friends that 2024 was just terrible for them, and I just, my heart. But hopefully 2025 will be kinder to all of us. Fingers crossed. But I'm still going into it with a little bit of trepidation and nervousness. But thank you guys so much for watching. One last time, Happy New Year's, everybody. I do hope 2025 is just all of ours year. Please let it just be somehow turn into the best year ever somehow, please. I'm not super hopeful. Editing Rachel here. So I keep talking about how I'm, you know, nervous about 2025, but I kept forgetting to explain why. So, right off the bat, right out of the gate, there's no Gothic Cruise in 2025. It's been postponed to 2026. And I was disappointed about that because I was really looking forward, of course, to getting to see those friends I only get to see once a year. So, and then I won't be able to go to Dark Force Fest because our Brian's week-long beach trip was already scheduled. And then they scheduled Dark Force Fest later than normal for that first weekend of May, when normally it's like in April or earlier. So I won't be able to do Dark Force either, and that was very disappointing. So basically, two of my favorite things to do are already off the table. So that's why I'm a little bit nervous about 2025. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy this, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy it, of course you can give me a thumbs down, and please tell me all about it in the comments below. And please subscribe to the channel. And I hope everyone is just staying happy, healthy, and safe in this incredibly crazy world we're living in. And I will talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.